So entrance sounds, you know them, we love them, so let's just jump right in. G'day everyone, it's me Drew, your friendly neighborhood Mix It Up ambassador, and today I'm going to show you how to set up entrance sounds for your stream. Now, for those of you that don't exactly know what that is, an entrance sound is an automatic sound effect that triggers when a viewer first enters the chat of your stream. It's on every chat message because that would be really annoying. It's just on the first chat message as a nice little friendly way to say hello. And for this tutorial, I'm going to show you two ways how to set it up. The first way is that it doesn't matter what type of viewer it is. It could be a sub, it could be a follower, it could be a VIP, it could be anything. It's just a sound that automatically triggers. But then the second way I'm going to show you how to set it up is to make sure that they're a current subscriber if you have entrance sounds as like a sub perk for your streams. So again, we're not going to faff about too much. Let's just jump straight into it. So once you've got your Mix It Up open, let's open up the nice little hamburger menu and we're going to go down to users over here. Now, this users list is going to show us a complete list of every single user who has ever sent a chat message in our stream, including bots, which you can see up the top here. So rather than us trying to find the user we want to set up this entrance command for by, having to manually go through this list, which you can see is a fair bit, we're going to use a handy search. So for this, we're going to set up our one for our good friend Faye. So what we're going to do is we are going to click the edit button from over here, and we're going to see this user editor here. So we can see all the stats here. We can see that she's currently a subscriber, also a moderator. And if we scroll down, we are going to see within options, we're going to see custom entrance command. So what I'm going to do is, because I've already kind of set something up, I'm going to delete it and reset it up just so you can see what that looks like from scratch. I'm going to go add command, and this is going to open up our good old familiar command editor. Now, first thing we're going to do is essentially want to make sure it plays a sound. So within our action list, we're going to go to sound, add that. We're going to find our sound file. So what I'd probably recommend doing is, while I have this sitting on my desktop, I'd probably recommend putting these all within one folder and renaming your sound files. So maybe the usernames at the front, just so you can manage that pretty easily. But just for the purpose of this, we're just going to select this sound that's sitting on our desktop. We're going to make sure it's playing through the proper output device. So I'm going to choose my Wavelink SFX one. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to unlock the command, meaning that this soundbite will play whenever they enter the chat and not sit within any queue. And lastly, just hit the save button. And I believe there is no save button at the bottom, so that's all good. That's all set up. Now you would have noticed for us to add that sound, it was just the usual command editor interface, which we use throughout all of Mix It Up, meaning that you're not just restricted to sound. You can do anything audio, you can do anything visual, you could do really anything in chat. Anything that Mix It Up lets you do, you can do as an entrance command. So for example, if you wanted to, let's say, display their profile picture within your stream, you can do that. If you don't know how to do that though, I have made a tutorial before, which I'll link up in the cards and then also in the description down below in terms of how to set that up. But you can really do any rewards. You can do any, anything. It's Mix It Up, baby. So now that we've set up that rather standard entrance command, so essentially whenever Faye, for example, comes into chat, that sound will always play. But let's set up that second method that it's only going to play if they're a current subscriber. So if we go back into our same user editor, we go edit our current entrance command, we edit that. What we're going to do is we're going to first add a conditional. From there, we're going to add the special identifier of $user is subscriber. And then for the second value, we're going to use true. So this, as with any other special identifier, you can find them all within the Mix It Up wiki, which I'll link down below. But for this, we're going to do is subscriber. I know you can also do it with is VIP, so you could always do it as a VIP perk additionally if they're not a subscriber, but like as a VIP as a fallback. But within that, we're just going to add an action. We're going to add a sound, and essentially we're just going to replicate the same configurations as we did up here. So let me delete that firstly. Let's select our sound file. Let's select our output device. One thing I would also recommend doing is I would recommend just playing it and testing with the volume, as sometimes the sounds can be really, really loud or really, really quiet. Just want to make sure you don't blow your audience's ears out. But this is essentially it. So what we're going to do is we're going to check if the user is a current subscriber. If they are, it's going to play the sound. If they're not, it's not going to do anything. From there, we can just hit save, and that's pretty much all of that set up. It's a bit of a short and sweet one for today, but don't get me wrong, entrance commands are something really, really good to have within your stream. It's also pretty useful as a streamer just to kind of be doing whatever you're doing and then have a sound play in your ear, and you kind of, that sound starts to get familiar with a certain person. So for example, mine is 5,000 Candles in the Wind by Parks and Rec. So I know that whenever I go into, let's say, Tickets to Tom's stream, whenever that plays, he knows it's me even without looking at the chat. So it is really good to kind of build that community and build that personalization within your stream as well. But if you do have any questions, need any help, or if you just want to plain old say hello, don't hesitate to leave that in the comment section down below. It's been me, Drew, your friendly neighborhood Mix It Up ambassador, and I will see you next time. The finger guns are just